I like the fact that golf is like a puzzle. It's like, how am I going to get this ball from here to there in the fewest amount of strokes? Because you never have the same shot twice in a row, ever.
As a child, Kate Golden spent most weekends watching Longhorns football and practicing golf. Her father, Joe Bob, had played on the Texas men's golf team under legendary coach Harvey Pennick in the early 50s.
I started when I was 12, and by the time I was 13, he's like, "You're beyond me, I can't help you. I'm not a golf teacher, I'm a lawyer." So that's when we started coming out and seeing Mr. Pennick before football games on Saturdays. We'd go to Old Austin Country Club off Riverside, get a lesson in the morning, go to the football game in the afternoon, spend the night with my grandparents Saturday night, and drive back home Sunday.
Pennick coached 5 Golf Hall of Famers, including Tom Kite and Ben Crenshaw.
My first lesson ever was at Old Austin Country Club, and he was picking the range in an old golf cart with a metal bucket on his head in case he got hit. I'm thinking to myself, who is this guy? This is ridiculous. So he comes up, and I, of course, pull my driver out first thing, because that's what kids do, right? They like to hit the driver. He goes, no. He goes, let's start with a 7-iron. And I'm like, okay. So I hit some 7-irons, and he watched me for about 10 minutes. I probably hit 15 or 20 balls. And he goes, okay, all I would tell you right now, you're really talented. My advice to you is that you don't listen to anybody. Because when you're talented and you're young, everybody wants to help you. So everybody's going to tell you something. And if you listen to everybody, you're going to kind of get yourself messed up. So just keep doing what you're doing, ingrain the swing, and let it go. That was my first lesson, not to listen to anybody.
Though Golden was a talented golfer, her father never pressured her to continue his legacy.
He never pushed us in anything. The first time I wanted to go to a golf tournament, I told my parents, I said, I want to play a golf tournament. And they said, well, how are you going to get there? And I said, well, my friend is going, I'll ride with him. So I hitched a ride with a guy from my hometown, Will Griffin, and he and his mom, we all went down to Beaumont, and I played Beaumont Country Club. It was my first tournament ever. Didn't know the rules. I was climbing over fences, hitting my ball back into bounds, and just, anyway, had a blast doing it. And then once I got a little bit better and learned the rules, I was like, okay, this is really fun.
Naturally, Golden ended up in Austin playing golf for the Longhorns. And in 1987, as her father did in 1954, Golden won the Southwest Conference individual title. Joe Bob and Kate are the only father-child duo in Southwest Conference history to win individual titles in the same sport.
My dad loves telling the story of both of us winning the Southwest Conference Championship. I know that was special to him. I think it meant a lot to have one of your kids play in the same sport, and it's cool.
After she graduated from UT, Golden spent 18 years competing on the LPGA Tour. When she was done playing professionally, she knew what her next step would be.
I always knew in the back of my mind I wanted to get into coaching. I was a volunteer for the men's team at University of Houston, and then in January of 2010 I had a call from a friend of mine that had gone to Florida State, and they had just let their coach go. I called Trey Jones down at Florida State, and I said, hey, I'm your girl. I need to get my foot in the door, and it's hard to get into coaching with no experience, but it's hard to get any experience unless you're in coaching. And I said, I'm your girl, I just need some experience. Threw some stuff in the back of my Tahoe, drove from Houston to Tallahassee, and 2 weeks later I was living in a lady's garage apartment, and I was like, this is awesome.
In 2010, Golden returned to UT as a volunteer assistant coach for the women's golf team.
It means a lot to be back here at Texas coaching. UT is a special place. This athletic department is a special place, and Austin is a special place. And it's meant a lot to me that I've been fortunate enough to do it, and I'm very appreciative that I've been able to do it. When I leave UT and whatever the next step is for me, I would hope people would say, man, she was really, really good. She was talented, really positive. She helped me a lot, and I learned a lot from her. That's about it.